Say it louder. Say shalom. Salam alaikum. 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 Salam alaikum.
We stand, we fight, we fall. All we need is freedom. All we need is love. Free, Africans free.
Free from slavery, free from slavery, free as a woman to slavery, free as a woman to slavery, free as a woman to slavery, free from slavery, free from slavery, yeah.
We're here to speak the word. We're here to stop the war. We're here to speak the word. We're here to stop the war. We're here to speak the word. We're here to stop the war.
Salam alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Salam alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Salam alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Salam alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, African one. If you wanna repeat the most simplest one in the world, get yourself the better reggae music. We take you from the one of the most peaceful men. So many lie down on the streets, whatever them we are carrying at the ears. Get yourself the most free time. I preach about freedom. Preach about freedom.
Good to see you. Sorry.
Stop violence, isolation. You want to listen and be a man. The music we are doing is not a music for fun. We are preaching, hear it loud and clear. Day, night and day, no sleeping it up. Better preach, let the people hear. Better preach, let the people feel. The sound of freedom and love. The sound of freedom and love. The sound of freedom and love.
Hola.
The sound of freedom and love. Salam alaikum. Morocco. Salam alaikum. Libya. Salam alaikum. Tunisia. Salam alaikum. Nigeria. Salam alaikum. Niger. Salam alaikum. South Sudan. Salam alaikum. Sudan. Salam alaikum. South Africa. Salam alaikum. Africa. Salam alaikum. Africa.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you tune in tonight. Concerned citizen of South Sudan, of course, going live June 26th, this Saturday, 2021. Very important topic we are discussing tonight. High tension between Dr. Riek Machar and General James Gatwech Dual. What are the ramifications of the security and stability in the country? Again, توترات وتيرة توترات رياك مشار والجنرال قارويج دوال. احنا ما عارفين اللي هيحصل شنو. So that's why we are doing this very important and credible discussion tonight. I welcome all of you. أرحب بكم في أي مكان you tune in tonight. This is Concerned Citizen of South Sudan, the only place for the truth, and great message for the people of South Sudan. Remember, we agree to disagree. Foul language are not accepted in this humble forum. As usual, we can disagree and we agree, and that's fine. That's the way it is. Welcome to this program, and I want you to go ahead and share our live broadcast to many South Sudanese who are not watching so they can tune in. It has been so hot here in Washington, and you can see I'm dressed different tonight. It's really hot. It's nearly 40 degrees, nearly 40 Celsius. Of course, here we use Fahrenheit in the United States. I'm talking about 87 degrees right now here in Seattle, Washington. Again, go ahead and share our live broadcast. As we start this discussion tonight, I will be joined بنفر عزيز كل من أستاذ عبد الله قرن والجنرال. They will be here momentarily, and then we will start going forward. And also Moses Edward Kanjak, and others who are interested to be part of this very important discussion. But before we go ahead and open this discussion, I wanted to play a voice audio of General James Dual. I wanted to play that audio because he was interviewed yesterday by Radio Tamazij. Radio Tamazij كان أجرى مقابلة هاتفية مع General James Dual, and يتكلم كثير عن تداعيات الوضع الراهن بالنسبة لسلام peace agreement. So let me go ahead and play that, and then I will start talking to you, and you will be talking to me. As I said, this is a discussion of two ways for all South Sudanese. The thing that we have been talking for a very long time. This is the time for it, for you to hear on your own. We mentioned this many times, that actually the peace agreement that was signed of September 12th, 2018 in Khartoum was not genuine and will never be genuine. It was signed based from tactical point. So go ahead and listen to General James Gatwech Dual, and then we will start this thing. So let me go ahead and play that audio.
كان الجيش الشعبي في المعارضة بقيادة الدكتور رياك مشار هو جنرال سايمون قارويج. وزي ما احنا تعبانة في الأيام الفات صدر قرار من رئاسة الجمهورية بتعيين الجنرال قارويج مستشار للسلام برئاسة الجمهورية. ومن هنا احنا قدرنا نقول مبروك للجنرال، وكمان نسمع منه زي ما الشارع كله حاب يسمع شنو الرأي بتاعه، وهل نتوقع انه جنرال قارويج يمشي لجوبا يأدي القسم ويباشر مهامه كمستشار للسلام برئاسة الجمهورية، ولا في رأي ثاني. إذا مع بعض نرحب بجنرال سايمون قارويج. انت مرحب معنا في برنامج جنوب السودان هذا الاسبوع. اهلا بك.
مبروك 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 عليك، مبروك عليك، مبروك عليك. هاي كلام زي ده ويجيب تمام، لكن في اتفاقية ما في، اتفاقية كلام ما في واحد.
يا سو في البداية جنرال في البداية دايرين نشوف دايرين نشوف في البداية انت رايك شنو يعني تم تعيينك مستشار في رئاسة الجمهورية لشؤون
مبروك عليك. هاي كلام زي ده ويجيب تمام، لكن هذه ما في، اتفاقية كلام ما في واحد.
يا سو في البداية جنرال في البداية دايرين نشوف في البداية انت رايك شنو يعني تعيينك في رئاسة الجمهورية لشؤون
What's going on? What happening? Malaysia Jama. Look like we have some technical here, but we will get that sort of out here momentarily. Hopefully If that's the case, I can get it from my other device actually. So I apologize. I'll get it to you because we wanted to listen to what General Simon Gatwech has said, and I apologize for calling his name James Simon Gatwech. So let me go ahead and play it here from the other device because it looked like that device has some issues, and we move on from here. Please don't forget, like I said, go ahead and share our live broadcast. I want you to share it, and yeah, go ahead and share, please. So I apologize one more time because for inconvenience. So I want to do this correctly. Yep. So let me go ahead and do this. Okay, now we are connecting. So we are going to play it here. So all of you will be listening to it. But give me a favor, like I said, go ahead and share our live broadcast. So let me go ahead and do this here. I apologize, ya Jamal. But we are coming. We get it. Yep, we get it.
جنوب السودان هذا الأسبوع. وفي حوارنا الليلة يعني احنا ماشيين نستضيف رئيس أركان الجيش الشعبي في المعارضة بقيادة الدكتور ريك مشار هو الجنرال سايمون قارويج. وزي ما احنا تعبانة في الأيام اللي فات صدر قرار من رئاسة الجمهورية بتعيين الجنرال قارويج مستشار للسلام برئاسة الجمهورية. ومن هنا احنا قدرنا نقول مبروك للجنرال، وكمان نسمع منه زي ما الشارع كله حاب يسمع شنو الراي بتاعه، وهل نتوقع انه جنرال قارويج يمشي لجوبا يؤدي القسم ويباشر مهامه كمستشار للسلام برئاسة الجمهورية، ولا في راي ثاني؟ اذا مع بعض نرحب بجنرال سايمون قارويج. انت مرحب معنا في برنامج جنوب السودان هذا الاسبوع. اهلا بك.
مبروك 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 عليك، مبروك عليك، مبروك عليك. هاي كلام جيد ويجيبه تمام، لكن الاتفاقيه ما في. اتفاقيه سلام ما في. واحد
يا سو في البدايه جنرال في البدايه دايرين نشوف دايرين نشوف في البدايه انت رايك شنو يعني تم تعيينك مستشار في رئاسة الجمهورية لشؤون السلام، انت رايك شنو في التعيين ده؟
رايي بتاعي التعيين ده المستشار في مستشار السلام في رقابة السودان ما في بيس اجريمنت، ما في اتفاقية، ما في سواحي. اثنين، انا لسه في خلا دكتور مشار مشي جوا هو عمل الحوث حلق وبدأ يصرف مي بتاع الدولة هناك. أنا لسه في برا، أنا ما زول تحكم، أنا زول لسه في خلا. ثلاثة، الجيش بتاعي اللي كان فضل في خلا ده فضل في الميدان للمدة من 2019 حتى الآن ما خرجت لأسباب من حكومة الجنوب ما دار الجيش يخرجوه، تقولين ما عاد يخرجوا. ده بلاقي متكتك، بقول لك من داوينا المدير والسيب كبير زي ده، لكن ده تأخير. ده بلاقي في التقسيم بتاعه، لو الجيش بتاعي خرجوا، الجيش بتاعي لو صلوا تمام، ولي بتاعي سجون وإلى في بيس أجريمنت عندهم في جوبا. لو جوبا كويس، لكن لو ناس بتاعي ما طلعوا، الجيش ما طلعوا، أنتم تجيبوا لي شنو في تفاعلين أحلام ده.
طيب
أنت رئيس الجمهورية هو ده يعمل دفاع لريك، لأنه ريك هو محبوس الآن ما في طريق يدافع نفسه. أقول شغال براه يا وري ونفسي وراه.
طيب
ما عنده مية لكن هو يابس مية. أنا في خلا.
تمام. طيب جنرال قارويج يعني معروف دول قبل ما يعينوه وطلعوا الديجري بتعيين بتاعه بيحصل مشاورات، يعني بيجوا بيتكلموا معاك في البدايه انه دارين يجيبوك في منصب كده، بعد ما انت توافق تقول مجري، بعدين بيمشي بودوه قدامه بعلنوه. دارين نشوف البروسيس ده تم كيف. هل غياده بتاع العيو في شخص بتاع رياك مشار هو استشارك وانت وافقت عشان كده تم اعلان تعيينك مستشار للسلام برئاسه الجمهوريه، ولا حصل شنو بالضبط كده؟
ما خلتني ما يشاورني كل ما يشاورني كل عشان بديني في وظيفة المستشار ما في مشاور علي.
اوكي.
حتى الان ما مشاور. ما في مشاور لانه دكتور عارف نفسه مضيق الناس. ودي وتاخذ في خلا وهم ماشي دخل جوا بكلام ميه وانا لسه تعبانين. ودي كان ما في دواء، ودي كان ما في تعيين، ودي كان ما خرجوا معنا ده من بشوف كانوا موجودين في جوبا خلاص معناه سلام ده جيده خلاص بنتهي مره واحده.
طيب جنرال يعني حتى كلامك واضح انه ما حصل مشاورات، ما شاوروك بس تم تعيينك من غير ما ياخذوا الموافقه بتاعك. طيب دارين في ممكن يعني بعد ما تم تعيينك في ورقه طلع باسمك انه انت بترفض التعيين ده، دارين نشوف هل الورقه ده فعلا انت طلعته وانت بريجكت التعيين بتاعك كمستشار؟
انا ما كتبها. انا ما كتب يا كلام ياوي يوم النهار ده ما كتبت. انا حاجه ياوي اول يوم اتكلم ده ياوي يوم النهار اجل كتب ورقه ده ما شنو وتاي ما في غير تصورني ياوي ده.
اوكي
ما في مشاوره.
طيب
ده كده
تمام. طيب حتى احنا كراديو وكل الناس في الشارع بيسالوا هل جنرال قارويج هيقبل الوظيفه وهيجي لجوبا عشان ما يعدي الغصب ويكون مستشار للسلام في رئاسه الجمهوريه، ولا انت عندك كلام ثاني؟ احنا دايرين اجابه صريح منك.
انا بقول انا بالجنوب وكل الجنوب والعالم هنا كلام ده في بيس اجريمنت ما في مستشار رئيس مكتوب ما في تجيب اخرين بس في جوبا.
يا بعيدا عن انه موجود في الاتفاقيه ولا ما موجود في الاتفاقيه، لكن ده قرار صدر من رئيس الجمهوريه باتفاق مع دكتور ريك مشار النائب الاول اللي هو القائد العام للجيش في لايو ورئيس بتاعه الحركه الشعبيه في المعارضه، طلع قرار بتعيينك مستشار للسلام في رئاسه الجمهوريه. هل تمام؟ طيب
انا ما موجود. انا ما موجود بقروش، انا ما موجود بوزير، انا موجود بحق الاقتصادي. حتى كتبت في الاقتصادي ده لو انا في متابعه بتاعه لحد الان.
تمام. طيب جنرال برضه لسه يعني في اتهامات قعدت برا جوبا عدم قبولك انك تمشي جوبا، وحتى كمان انت بترفض التعيين بتاعك كمستشار للسلام في رئاسه الجمهوريه. يعني في اصوات كثير بيتكلموا انه جنرال اصلا يعني بدا شغال شغل بتاعه براو بعيد من دكتور ريك مشار، واحتمال انك انت تعلن جبهه براك.
الكلام ده في يوم 5 في شهر المشي، في يوم الخمسة في يوم 5 في شهر 6 يوم 5 في شهر 6 ومن جاب سلاسل دكتور ريك مشار جاب سلاسل عشان يجي كان من دار ما دام في جوبا كان يقبضوا والسلاح ده انا قلت السلاح انا بقبضه جابوا سلاح بطريقه سيرته كان يجي نعمل مشاكل نحن نوير برانا، لكن هم انفشل جاب سلاح وجاب كافي ده جاب سلاح براو عشان انا ما دار يمسك في جيبه عشان دي ما خرج، لو دار الجيل ده يخرجوا السلاح جاب ده كان يجي يشاكل معي ويجي انا يقبض كان يصلح الجيل بتاعنا في ميدان. إننا ميدان في ملكان، إننا ميدان في بنتو، إننا ميدان في واو، إننا ميدان في جوبا. ودي يصلحوا كله، لو دي يصلحوا كله، لكن هو خلوه ده اللبنان بتاعهم مع سلطة كده كان يجي أنا بالضبط يجي يضبط أنا في يوم 5 شهر 5 الكلام ده.
الأسلحة أنت قلت
يوم 5 شهر 5 جاب
أسلحة،
جاب سلاح وجاب ذخيرة وجاب كاسة كان يجي يضربون أنا بيه وانا ابى
الاسلحه الدكتور ريك مشار رسلوا عشان ما يكون في مشاكل بينك وبين الناس بتاعك برضه. دليل شنو انت عرفت كيف انه فعلا دكتور ريك رسل الاسلحه عشان ما يحصل مشاكل بيناتكم؟
عشان مشكله عشان انا المتابعه كلام متابعه اجريمنت عشان في اجريمنت يجي في محل هم ما دايرين هو ما هم ما دايرين عشان يجي في مكان الحاجة المفروض ينبغي يجي في مكان ويوم نعمل زلم يتركون ده في جوبا ده كان قالوا خليه يشيلوا برا بطريقة لكن جيل بتاعي واحد ما يكون ده كده يابو صار بقروش
جنرال
حكومة لا أنا ما بصير بقروش ما أنا قروش ما أنا تعيينات
جنرال قارويج يعني أنت حتى بتتهم رياض مشار اتهام صريح إنه هو رسل أسلحة وعشان ما يحصل مشاكل بيناتكم. أنا قاعد أسألك ولسه قاعد أجدد السؤال إنه أنت عرفت كيف؟ الدليل شنو اللي بيثبت إنه ريك مشار رسل أسلحة عشان ما يحصل مشاكل وينتهوا منك زي ما أنت ذكرت حتى في حين إنه ريك مشار هو اللي ودى اسم بتاعك لرئيس الجمهورية وتم تعيينك مستشار للسلام.
السيد كريم مشار عمل كلام كان في الجيب ده كان هو في سجن لسه ما أفكوا هو في سجن عندي يكون في سجن ثاني. أنا ما نسيت 2016 أنا ما نسيت 2013 أنا عسكري عنده قصر في مختلفة وفي موضوع كان عسكري مثلا هو بيفكر الحاجة نفسها معه يعودة أنا بمشي بجيبة كان وظيفة عشان كلام بتاع قروش ودار قروش ودار وظيفة ونازل عليه الماس في 2013 ونازل في 2016 ما عندي شنو الوظيفة كان بكل راس منه لأن كنت ما دار يمثل الكلام ده بس أول بيجي ده جاي ده وكل جاي يتركز وكل جاي يمشي يسلم نفسه مراه يسوي له كل يسويه الضابط ده ممكن الضابط يعود تلقى السلطة لأن جبته محبوس.
تمام شكرا
هو نفسه
يا شكرا لك كثير. لو عندك أي حاجة تفيده أنا ما
شكرا. أبقى راجل وتقول كلمة وتقول لا لا للفساد. ذكروا كلام أغنية بتاعت لارسن أنغوك وقد قال يا أبقى راجل وتقول كلمة وتقول لا لا للفساد. أنا I salute جنرال سايمون قارويج دوال. أنا ما داير أمشي جوبا لبوزيشن. عبارات صريحة. ريك مشار تحت الاعتقال في جوبا. ريك مشار معتقل في جوبا. اوكي انا جيش بتاعي ما دربه، جيش بتاعنا ما مدرب، ما في تعيينات، ما في حاجه ياكل. ده كلماته. ده تاكتيك من سلفا كير من ريك مشار عشان انا نمشي هناك ونقبض زي ما ريك مشار هسه ما بقدر امشي اي حته في البلد. حتى منقل القريب ده ما بمشي فيه القريب من جوبا. ريك مشار من ما دخل جوبا ما طلع من جوبا. انت عارف الكلام ده كله بيرجعنا ورا ل 2017 و2016 وبدايات 2018 لما كانوا بيتكلموا عن اتفاقية السلام وتحويل الفنيو من أديس أبابا لخرطوم. ونحن تكلمنا كثير وناس قالوا يا أخي أعطي فرصة للسلام. Give the peace agreement a chance. Give peace a chance. Those who used to tell us that give peace a chance Those who used to say that, we are a peace sabotagers. We are sabotaging peace. Now they don't talk anymore. They are no longer there. We knew it since day one. The peace agreement was not genuine. It was meant to bring them in, but it was not meant to be implemented. It was not for the people of South Sudan. احنا كلمنا كلام ده مرارا وتكرارا انه الرئيس سلفا كير مياديد هو عايز يموت في السلطة. He wanted to buy time. اتكلمنا عنه عن اتفاقية أديس أبابا 2015 اللي هو مضى في جوبا. اتكلمنا عنه كتير وقلنا الراجل ده is not interested and he will never be interested, and we have proved them wrong. كلام بتاعنا again صح وهيبقى صح وهيبقى صح لأن we know what is right. If I ask you a question tonight, my dear brothers and sisters, what it take for you to believe إنه الكلام اللي قاعد يعمل نفسه ده غلط؟ You don't need to be genius. أنا أقول لك الكلام ده كتير. You don't need to be genius عشان تعرف إن الزول بيكذب عليك ولا ما بيكذب عليك. كلامنا قلناه كتير. خلينا نرجع ورا. Do you remember الحرب قامت في 2013؟ الأذل، مواطنين الأذل قتل في جوبا، نوير قتل في جوبا، دينجا قتل في بور، وقتلوهم في ملكال وفي بانتيو وشلوا قتلوهم، وقتل بصورة عشوائية جدا جدا في البلد بس عشان سعادة الرئيس سلفا كير مياديت اوكي صاحب القعبة السوداء يقعد في جيوان ويكون في السلطة حتى الموت، حتى يموت في السلطة بس من أجل ده كله. لكن حتى أصحاب القلوب الزول عنده قلب ما قادر يشوف الكلام ده. ليه؟ لأن بنجامين خلاهم يكونوا بلاين. الدولارز خلاهم يكونوا بلاين، ما يقدر يعرف الحق شنو، ما يقدر يفرق بين الحق والباطل. يا إخوة وأخوات، هذا هو السلام اللي احنا تكلمنا عنه. احنا تكلمنا عنه وقلنا ما في سلام، ما في سلام، في buying time. There is just buying time. إنه يقعدوا في السلطة، إن الحكومة دي تقعد وناس الحول دي يقعدوا and they can loot the country, they can steal, they can do whatever they wanted to do. هل أنت الآن لسه ما مصدق كلامنا إحنا كنا قاعدين نقوله؟ We used to fight in our discussion with my brothers, in SPLM-IO. You remember that? You remember 2016? You remember 2017, 2018? You remember that? We will call names. Ada salam. Lakin la, we love the country and we need genuine peace, real peace. اللي ما بكون فيه شنو؟ فيه كذب. اللي ما بكون فيه شنو؟ فيه نوع من مرارات واضطهاد واللوتينج. اللي يكون فيه justice. المواطنين كله بيكون equal before the law. This is the peace that we know. That's what we know about the peace agreement. لكن الناس دايما who were looking for the share of the lion, they rush to Juba, hoping that Salva Kiir have learned a hard way with the sanction that have been imposed on them in that government. لأن انتم مذكرين كان في sanction، كان في عار embargo، حظر اقتصادي، بعض رموز في الحكومة حذروهم بما فيه من المكوى الوقت، كان في كلام ده كله، واويل كان ما شغال، ذكر ما كان في الضغط بتاعت النفط. well الزمن ذاك رئيس سلفا كير وعارف حكومته خلاص جاي ينتهي. okay, so he was able to bribe the regional blocks, Kenya, Uganda, Ethiopia, some individual, even within the IGAD, even within the AU, أدم قروش عشان يعمل شنو؟ شيلوا رياك مشار. بعد ما رياك مشار نجح من أحداث تجي 1 July 16 2016، بعد ما نجح ومشى بأرجل إلى كونغو ومنه مشى لخرطوم وعمل مؤتمر صحفي وقال we will take what it take, we will do what it take to remove this government. And then Kiir with a lot of dollars قروش بتاعنا بتاع oil قدر يمشي لشنو؟ لدول الجوار. قال you see, he's the problem, I'm not the problem. He's the problem, I'm not a problem. But you know what? As they say in Kenya, you need to support your document. Support كلام انت قاعد تقوله ده بالقروش. Okay? And then Salva Kiir were able, you know, to bring the money and bribe them. وقال لهم الزول ده كنتوا في confinement somewhere, and he was put, Riek Machar was put where? In Pretoria in South Africa. In Pretoria in South Africa يكون قاعد هناك قروشه مدفوع من سلفا كير، علاجاته مدفوع من سلفا كير، everything كان مدفوع من سلفا كير وقاعد هناك. لكن بعد ما الوضع بقى متأزم وماشي لأسوأ وأسوأ وأسوأ كل يوم، وبترول ما في وقروش ما في وعنده مشاكل مع ناس شمال طبعا of course، فكروا بحيلة لأنه he wanna buy time again. فبدل ما نحن نخلي رياض مشار هناك، خلاص نحن ممكن نخدع المجتمع الدولي ونقول لهم يا أخي نحن نعمل سلام، لأن أساسا ما كان في سلام في قلوبهم. We knew this since day one. They were not interested in peace agreement. Salva Kiir was not interested in peace agreement. لأن the man actually has made it clear إنه داير يقعد في السلطة حتى يموت. وكان ماشي وراه in 2012 قال الكلام ده، قال باين ده كان بين جيبول كان باين دون باين بتاع منو؟ باين بتاعنا ده باين بتاعك أنت. Right? You remember he said that in Kwajuk. So he was clear that he wanted to remain in power for 100 years. وكان قال ياكي SPLM can rule 100 years. He's not talking about the SPLM, he's talking about himself. But I know he's going to be shy from 100 years, because who knows, maybe he can live 100 years. I don't think so. You know, based on, you know, on the health condition that we see him, he's not going to live 100 years. But that's what he meant. That's what he meant, that actually SPLM can rule 100 years. SPLM, SPLM. SPLM has nothing to do with the ruling now in South Sudan. So he meant himself, you know, as he can rule 100 years. You're reading between the line, you can understand what Salva Kiir meant in 2012. That's him. That's why Salam bi Amalo, ma binafizu, created war, amal more communal conflict. Nuer yaktul denga yaktul nuer, Murle yaktul denga umarbe unaz Equatorial fi harb wa mashakil, tamshi hnak agar yaktul nafsu, wa hakaza. Because he survived when there are more division. That's what it is. That's how he survived. You know? Farriq, Tasud, rule and conquer. All these things, he have created it. So he bribed the regional bloc. Riek Machar got off confinement, but later, they might have to Joe وقال يا اخي نحن نعمل تكتيك، نعمل خطه، نجيب رياض مشار نقول لمجتمع الدولي نحن نعمل سلام ومجتمع الدولي هيقبل وهيدينا قروش ونجيب رياض مشار، وده خطتنا اصلا كده. Okay, we can see and we knew it. رياض مشار جابوا قال يا اخي نحن نمشي خرطوم، مدينه سلام في خرطوم، جابوا من وين؟ من confinement، ودوا هناك وقالوا خلاص نحن السلام ده سلام بتاعنا، ما في زول اجبرنا ولا ايجاد ولا AU ولا EU ولا يونايتد ستيت ولا تريكا، ده سلام بتاعنا نحن مع شركاء بتاعنا الانغازيين، الجبهه الاسلاميه، المؤتمر الوطني، right؟ هذا هو سلام. لكن احنا because احنا احرار we said no to IO. احنا قلنا يا اخي حكومه بتاع سلفا كير ده كان بيرفس الحصان الماشي يموت. Please don't give them that opportunity. Let them collapse economically, and then South Sudan will rise again, and South Sudan will have good people with light mind, will lead this nation liber al-aman. But our brothers, they did not want to listen. They said, no, this is the time to go and eat. This is the time to go and get the share of the lion. They rushed to Juba, and even we oppose. Why are you going there? Okay, اتفاقيات الأمنية، ترتيبات الأمنية، you know, تدريب القوات, unify forces, nothing. But Dr. Riek Machar said, no, I'm going to go there anyway. You know, I'm going to be the man. I'm going anywhere. So he went there. Now, from confinement to another confinement in Juba. He cannot go anywhere. This is the deal. He has to stay there, okay, and get your salary, stay home. زي ما قارويج سايمون قارويج قال قبل، قال رياض مشار بيشرب مويه بارده، ونحن هنا قاعدين في العراء، ونحن لسه قاعد في الخلا مع الجيش بتاعنا. الناس اللي كان بيقودنا، الناس اللي هو كان بيقول دكتور رياض مشار اللي هو كان بيقول we want to do reform. We are talking about reform. Where is reform tonight? Where is reform tonight? Where is? So قارويج دوال بنديه تحيه لأن he loves South Sudan. and he cared about South Sudan. Do you know why? How do I know he loves South Sudan? Because he cared about the people that, with him. He cared about, Jesh Bitao, another who can be voodoo. قال ما ممكن نخلي الناس ديل. ما ممكن نخليهم. They are راجل. They are قائد. They are قائد. That's the citizen. That's the guy that care about the people. يا جماعة credit بدول زول. We have to give credit. ما عنده غرور. You cannot say that you are going to appoint me a minister of whatever, or a mustashar لشؤون السلام. عشان أنا نيجي rush to Juba and you give me like $200,000 or $1 million وخلاص قضية انتهت. عشان كده جيمس قارويج دوال he made it clear. طيب ليه الحرب في 2013؟ ليه الحرب in 2016؟ ليه ده كله؟ ما دام ما كان بس ناس يقعدوا في السلطه وكل زول يقعد ويلقى دايره، ما ليه قتلنا ناس؟ ليه موتنا ناس في جوبا؟ ليه في بور؟ ليه في بانتيو؟ ليه في ملكال؟ ليه في واو؟ ليه في جوبا؟ ليه في المناطق دي كلها؟ Why? That's the question. That's why I'm telling you, he loves his people. And if you love the people, then you love the country. Because country is all about people. It's not about the land. It's not about trees, hajadil. It's about the people. So I salute him because he cared. And that's the man. That's the man of the people. I hope Sister Nyijan will join me tonight. I did invite actually my brother, Chankwat, but he did not respond. I saw that he read my message, but he did not respond. I hope he will. With that, and I welcome Ustaz Walatak to come and join me and speak. Then you all will be invited. Anyone that wanted to come and weigh in, I will send you the link. I will post the link, and I can hear your perspective. Lakini ya jamaa ya ikhwana, de kalam nena gulam zaman, inu ma fi salam, into magan desmo. You know, sometimes they have hard time. They have hard time understanding things from day one. I don't know why. I don't understand. ليه انت ما بتقدر تفرق انه الغلط غلط والصح صح. كلام ده ما واضح زي النور. كلام ده ما واضح انه سلفا كده is not interested. حكومة بتاعه is not interested in peace. He is interested in remaining in power until he died. وكلام ده mark my word يا جماعة. Mark my word. This is what he intended to do. لأنه لخبط حاجات كثيرة جدا جدا عشان يمشي. He's worried about himself. He's worried about العدالة. إنه مسائل القانونية ناس هيمشي وراه. This is what he's worried about. Okay? الناس التعبانين دل حول دل دارين ياكلوا ويشربوا دل. They said no, Ben, you are okay. والله تجيل المتين by genocide will happen and all these things. Well, we have more than genocide in our country already. People are shot daylight. People are killed. Women are raped. Children are dying. So many things that are happening. What else? What else are you talking about? We have seen more than enough. We do. لكن طبعا الناس المتطلعاتيه اللي ما عارفين just they want position, they want to be وزير داير يبقى commissioner داير يشغلوه شنو يقول no والله our visionary leader has self-care strategized about the country, how this country is going to be in 10 years, in 20 years, in 50 years. Did he have this kind of program? No. So with that, Ustaz Walatak, welcome to Concerned Citizens of South Sudan. I'm glad to see you. This is so important. I know you hear the voice of James Garwet Dual. He has spoken. Oh, fake news. You remember? We used to have some member of IO when we say this. They say fake news. But you know what? The truth is truth. There is no alternative for truth. Mahma Khan. So Ustaz Wal, welcome to Concerned Citizen of South Sudan. And I want to hear your perspective. And the question is here actually. The question of the topic is below the screen. That actually the tension. Some people are saying that why you call it tension, but it is tension. High tension between Riek Machar and General Garwet Dual. What are its ramifications, security and stability in the country? Are we going to see another fight? Is that what's going to happen? Ustaz Walata, go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ustaz Jankor. This is a very important topic, and I really appreciate the fact that you enabled me to come here and put a perspective or a view on it. As you put it, it was a thing that we've really talked about, and it's a concern of the nation as well. But it has been undertone for many months or years, to begin with, for the last 2-3 years. I listened to Gatwech yesterday
Mm.
and his message this morning. And he repeated a number of the things. One, that Riek Machar is in Juba enjoying salaries
Mhm.
and one place to stay, but here we are in the bush. Another thing he underscored is that 2013 and 2014 have not been addressed. The reason why people went on to the bush and fight has not been addressed. And he doesn't want the repeat of the same thing where the carnage had happened, and he would be prepared to remain in the bush. With that in perspective, I would weigh in as what Gatwech himself meant by this. These two personalities are living in two different ways. When he says this, what is going on in his mind? We might not be able to read his mind, but we might be able to analyze his statements in order for that to work in his mind. Let's look at his experience in 2013. Gatwech was caught unprepared. The fought in 2013, the war that was created by Salva Kiir and his group. The tension that they mismanaged was a political tension between the two between the two groups or three groups. They would become later on IG and what become IO, and then the former Chinese later on as well. He fought and he walked all the way barefooted, defending himself to Bor and then from Bor to Lonware area, and where they came up and the war started. Gatwech lost relatives and friends and people that he values, just as the people on the other side of the camp have lost their loved ones and the friends. In 2013, Gatwech has to walk all the way across to the border, to the extreme southeast of the country, the border of Congo, and later found his way back to Nuer area. I don't have the details of how he did it.
Yeah, he went to Khartoum first.
Yeah, but yeah, and then he went. That is a struggle.
Yes.
And as a military man has put it, what is the security? What is the guarantee that what had happened will not repeat itself? And that's what is going on in his mind. And also, when you look, for him, he was fighting for his soulmates, his brothers and sisters, who happen to have come from Nuer and they had been killed in the war. He was fighting for the reform that Riek Machar said that when the SPLA and the government of South Sudan or the SPLM to be refocused back to the mission and vision of the SPLM. If you could remember what Riek was saying during the 2013, that the SPLM has lost the vision and wants Salva Kiir to be replaced in order for us to restore the vision of the SPLM.
Yes.
The vision of SPLM has not been restored. What we are seeing is the visions of NCP being restored into the country. And Gatwech is saying this has not happened. It has not been restored. The vision has been still far away from where it was. Second to that, we've seen what actually the vision of the SPLM that Riek was talking about. It's for him to become vice president, and Salva Kiir president, and the mission continues. It is not the mission of the SPLM because, according to Gatwech, and I totally agree with him in a way, it becomes the position restoration. You see how Riek Machar in the last year formation of the government, he simply awarded himself the lucrative position. He became the vice president. His wife, the deputy minister, and everybody has come into the senior position. Either someone related to him by blood, or someone related to him by marriage. And this has really sent a shock, and that's why you had someone like Gatwech saying last year that we have invited the chairman because the only thing we had that he went to Juba and form the government without briefing us. We want him to come and brief us. What is in the mind then of Riek Machar is clear, as I stated it. He was a confined man who was not thinking straight, and he decided to go into Juba, and he actually lost ground. In fact, Riek has been demobilized. Regionally, he is incompetent. I mean, he does not have command or influence anymore within the region of, let's say, from the neighboring countries and beyond. He's crippled. And Salva Kiir, knowing what he has done and he has succeeded in it, want to bring in any forces that is outside, like Gatwech now in the form of the position of advisors, something that is not existing in the parliament, in the government. It's great that he turned it down. And of course, the IG of Salva Kiir was the next move was going to dismantle the peace agreement. And you know the consequences. Let's put it as one side. What is the achievement in this, and why is it important to Salva Kiir? It is important because it has enabled him to continue to sustain power and continue to build himself in leading for life. Just as you put it with Sadjonkor. It has followed in the bigger picture in a big way of fitting once again another to maintain the balance. He has succeeded now. Riek and his group has been fitted one against themselves, and he has no longer strength. Just as you see that the subnational conflicts and violence you see in Rumbek, in Tony, even in Upper Nile regions.
Yes.
All these are playing into the plans and calculations of the Kiir and his group, because they tilt the balance, and I mean they keep the balance in and keep everybody busy for themselves. Like the sons of Agarna, they are busy of how the sections will stand strong and be defended. The section within Agar area, and the same thing within the Dingarek. Therefore, no one will ever come and ask Salva Kiir here about the bad governance. You only come to him as become a center where you can seek the favors. You get financial resources, and it will look the other way when you arm your civilians, your sections from your community.
Yes.
He looks the other way, will not ask you, why are you doing that? As long as you're giving him the protections. That itself keeps Salva Kiir in power and continue to live in. The same thing keeps Salva Kiir in power as he continues to destabilize the camp of Riek Machar. You've seen it, how many defections has happened. And this is against the peace agreement. The defections was meant to wreck the peace partners, cohesions, and make him stronger. And this itself is a violation. But he's helping himself to become the leader that he wanted to be. A leader of divided nations of South Sudan. Let me come then, what it is telling us. The rift between Gatwech Dual and Riek Machar. Gatwech command majority of the Nuer in the area of law. With Gatwech other side of it means that the peace has not been arrived at. And that's why you see that when he was, Gatwech said that Riek Machar has sent uniforms and weapons.
Yes.
To the section of to the section of where he is, to arrest him, is an indication that there is going to be war. There's going to be a war, and Riek Machar has lost confidence in the Gatwech. What does this mean? That it means that we might face another escalation of situation in the country, because Gatwech is on one side, he is not willing to take appointment given to him by President Salva Kiir, because he thinks, one, the unification of the armed forces that were to be done has not been carried out in good faith. There's no training that has taken place. There is no feeding and shelter. Even the UN report captured this. The UN report captured that there's slow progressions in peace agreement in the area of unification of forces of security protocol. The implementation of security protocol is zero. What we see to be have been implemented are only transformation of the government. I mean, reconstitutions
and
of parliament.
That transformation of the government of as well, it took years and years. You know,
actually reconstitution, I would say rather. It took years, but it is very slow and it's not moving forward. It's not even meeting the expected requirements and expectation of the phase that the people who are committed to peace agreement would follow. He hasn't. We haven't seen the other provisions or protocols of the peace agreement getting implemented, other than Riek Machar and the group have been appointed into the government, that is the parliament, that they are still disagreeing on it and they're not even able to swear them in. I don't know, someone can correct me if it has been sworn in, but it has been appointed in the government and the leadership of the SPLM and the Salva Kiir has been dragging its feet to swear them in. This tells us South Sudan is still in trouble, and actually they would like to call the region and I would say grantors, because actually we don't have more grantors than one individual's grantor now, whose position has not been very, very clear in the sense of peace in South Sudan. But I would like to call on the international community and the friend of South Sudan to come in and reign on the government of South Sudan and support the people of South Sudan to compel the Salva Kiir group to implement peace agreement or get out of the way and let the people of South Sudan run their country. And again, I want to call on my fellow South Sudanese that you've seen that what we've been saying, that the solution to the problem of South Sudan is the unity of the divisions, I mean, of the vital groups of the South Sudanese, to compel the President Salva Kiir and his group to implement the peace agreement and to bring the peace to the nations. And this cannot come without us coming together and force this regime out of power, such that we'll have a lasting peace, such that no child or a woman dies in Rumbek because of sectional fight. No child died in Unity State or Upper Nile because community X and Y are disagreeing over something like grazing land or water points or in regular areas. It is only by uniting as a citizen that we can stop this. Why? Well, let me go further as to talk about what is likely to occur in the process. Riek Machar and Kiir might be tempted to attack Gatwech. And as we saw in 2013 and 2014 and all that, no one has the absolute military power to overturn the other. It is prolonging the suffering of civilians in many aspects. Like, for example, now the national army is not existing. There are only very few scattered in the villages, in the rooms, in the houses of relatives. The national security, though they are called in to come at night, there's no barrack for national security. They're just living in the hillah. And that shows that the level of unprofessionalized national armed groups. What does this mean? This means that the stalemate will continue. And
I hope you come back.
An exact situations that we are seeing in Congo will repeat itself in South Sudan, South Jankor. And I hope this answers your questions.
Yes, well, we have been talking for a very long time that actually this peace is not genuine. But you know, well, sometimes I sit to myself, what's wrong with our people? Why they don't see it the way we see it? And we have been telling them for a very long time. And now exactly what we predict, that's what happening. This is what happening. Their life is not changing, nothing improving in the country. Security, you know, insecurity is still the same. Economic meltdown, people are not getting salaries, suffering everywhere. But yet, people are not getting it. And we said this years and years back, that actually this guy, this man with the black hat, I call him, as long as he's in charge of our affairs, nothing is going to change. We will not see that light at the end of the tunnel unless we must come together and make him exit. This guy need to be pushed, you know, he need to be pushed out. That's the only way. But other than that, it will lie. It will deceive people of South Sudan for long, long, long time. So
If I'm
go ahead.
Yes.
So I can give Ustaz Abdullah a chance. Go ahead. Fadal.
Yeah. So that I give Ustaz Abdullah a chance. There's one Greek philosopher once said,
Okay.
that when you confine a human being in a cage and deny that person the light,
Yes.
and stay there for a certain period of time, if you bring that person to see the light, he will run back to the cage, to the darkness, because that's psychological. The reality of freedom will hurt the eyes, and that is the light. It would get back to the light. It would get back straight to the back to the cage. And this is very, very, very typical to our situation. I don't blame our people because they've been denied the truth. They've been bombarded
Yes.
with propaganda one after another, that so and so is able to kill you, so and so you'll be in danger if so and so comes to power, if so and so leaves leaves power, this is what will happen to you. They've been bombarded and they are living in fear and dilemmas, and this itself has made them to be resistant to the truth and to the thing that you see. Not that they're not seeing it, but there are fears that has been in them that makes it a little bit harder and harder for them to believe it. And I think that is a situation our people are in. Propaganda, fear that has been enforced on them by the by the institutions of governance of the government, and the propaganda through the South Sudan TV and other places saying that so and so is this and that one. So when the truth comes, it becomes strange to the ears, and the simple thing is to run back to the comfort zone that has been compelled to. And this comfort zone may be a place without freedom, without the progress,
Yes,
and prosperity that we as a nation have been looking for. Now we have seen it, my brothers and sisters, my fellow South Sudanese. Time has come for us to unite. Unite not to follow Riek Machar or Salva Kiir or any other warlords, including or following the wish to fight. The solution is in the field, in the towns of Juba, in the freedom squares, to unite and command the change that we, the people of South Sudan, fought for. And the change is a progress of every citizen, where you will be free to travel to Yambio to bring goods to Juba or to any part of the South Sudan. Freedom to go to Bar el Khazal, you buy your Simsim, you buy your stuff, and bring them to your area you will where to sell them. Freedom where your child will be going to school every morning and come back without you fearing what would happen next, whether there would be another fight in J1 or there would be another violence somewhere. The freedom that you'll want, that you'll rise and make a decisions consciously without fear to assemble and protest the decision that your government has taken, that you do not like, that will shape.
Make a decision consciously without fear to assemble.
I apologize. I apologize. I will
the
take
decision you got.
Yeah, go ahead.
That will shape the future and the direction of your country. The future, the change that you need to have as a citizen of South Sudan, that you're going to have, is a change that what your leaders who would value the education and would say, let's donate J1 and the Hamarat Kulu, the research center, and to the University of Juba. And let's move the ministers and the president himself to the area, including the Gudela where civilians are living, so that they can feel what it means to be flooded and what it means to have lost a whole night of sleep and still go to work tomorrow, such that we can build the sewage system and provide electricity for everybody and promote the research that will improve the life of South Sudanese. And these are the people that deserve to be living in a comfort zone, including the lecturers. If this change come in, and we are in it, we'll make sure such thing happens.
Thank you.
We do not need to be more comfortable than the leaders. Than the civilians that are living with us. We must make life equal and bearable for everybody. But this group that are drinking clean drinking water, and you're drinking muddy water from the Nile River, will never bring it. Your division and following them will never bring that change we want. But if you unite together with your fellow countrymen who is suffering like you, then you can bring the change that will better your life, and the life of your child and your future. Ustaz Jonkor, I'd like you to bring in Ustaz Abdallah.
Okay. Well, Ustaz Walatak, thank you so much for your perspective. I really, really appreciate it for coming in. Of course, some people, they are writing here some, I don't know, call them nonsense or call them like Ustaz Agwat is writing that this topic of Gatwech Dual was not necessarily. Why is not necessarily? Gatwech Dual actually is the man of integrity. You should call him man of integrity, and we salute him because actually he cared about the people that with him. He said, I'm not going to go to Juba. I'm not going to drink a cold water. And I have people here left behind. They don't have anything to eat. The fight was not about being an advisor for peace issues. It wasn't about that,
Those of us wanted to hear something like long live Salva Kiir, a wise, great leader, and South Sudan is going on progress and going in the right direction. But that's not true. It will never happen. We will not say that in our mouths.
Absolutely.
We'd rather stay outside of this system and say what is true and what the people need. What? You are a young person and you have the young children. Though they are far away from South Sudan, they want to see somewhere they call home and be proud of, even if they live in the Western world. Not to feel ashamed when the images and the photos of your countrymen are shown on the TV or on the internet. You need somewhere where you see them and you should point to your children, this is your home, and they are proudly going to show their colleagues. This is our home, a great nation of united and progressive. Not the bogus one that we are seeing and mediocre people that are leading South Sudan to the drain of destruction. We need to be realistic to ourselves, to our people, and to our nations.
Thank you so much, Ustaz Walatak. I'm going to go ahead and bring Ustaz Abdallah and Ustaz Moses as well. Dr. Pasqualo Okot, he asked for a request. I sent you a request, and I don't see you here coming on. Please, if you are around, you may just come in, and we are ready, to get you in. And I welcome, the two brothers, Ustaz Abdallah Garang, Benkir, Ahlan Bek, fi concerned citizen of South Sudan, Ustaz Moses, Makir Konjok, Ahlan Bek, Jamot Randi. So, Ustaz Abdallah Garang, let's hear from you. ارتفاع وتيرة التوترات بين رياك مشار والجنرال جيمس قارويج سايمون قارويج ما هي تداعياتها؟ Briefly, Ustaz Abdallah Garang, and then I will go to Moses. تفضل.
شكرا جزيلا. أول حاجة أنا بحييك في استوديو كونسان سيتيزن، وبحيي الأخ ولاتاك والأخ موسيس اللي انضم قبل قليل. في الحقيقة طبعا نحن لو تكلمنا عن التوترات الحاصلة بين رئيس الأركان الجيش الشعبي في IO ورياك مشار، هذه تصريحات من الجنرال قارويج دوال ما مطمنة انه يكون في استمرار بتاع السلام او يكون في استمرار بتاع شراكة بين جنرال قارويج دوال ورياك مشار تاني and his group in Juba. في الحقيقة طبعا زي ما ذكر أستاذ وول، تم قارويج دوال عنده تأثير خصوصا في منطقة بتاعت اللو، واللو هم اللي كانوا الأغلبية في أحداث 2013 و2016 في الغابة، مساندين لرياك مشار أول معروف بالجيش الأبيض. الجيش الأبيض أغلبهم كانوا من اللو نوير، فلهم تأثير هم من الجيش وهم الوقود بتاعت الIO الفترات الماضية في 2013 2016. لكن من الاتفاقية بتاع 2018 عندما ذهب رياك مشار إلى جوبا تخلف الجنرال قارويج دوال بحجة بتاع الترتيبات الأمنية إنها لم تنفذ بعد. لكن رياك مشار هو ذهب إلى جوبا وايضا حصلت بعد التشظي او بعد النوع من الليدرز بتاع الاي او عندما عين رياك مشار زوجته انجلينا تين كوزيرا للدفاع. ولم وما جاب سامويل قارويج اللي هو رئيس الاركان، وهو كان الشخص المناسب لهذا المكان. انا بالرغم انه انجلينا تين yes she's qualified and I know this، لكن this time we need to bring all people. فلو هم كانوا جابوا سامويل قارويج اظن كان الحاله ما وصلت اليه الان. انا اقول بان الحركه الشعبيه في المعارضه اي او هذه الحركه تآكلت وانتهت، والان هي في مصير مجهول. وانت شايف براك يعني كل 15 يوم كل شهر في ناس كثير يعني غيروا قناعاتهم عن الحركه الشعبيه اي او وانضموا لاحزاب اخرى او انسلخوا وتبقوا صامتين في بيوتهم. لانه انا مستغرب جدا شخصيه رياك مشار. هل هذا هو الشخصيه من اجله مات الالاف من ابناء النوير في 2013 و 2016؟ لماذا قلت هذا؟ لان هذا الرجل ظل صامتا. هو ما بيتكلم في الاحداث، ما يعني بارد شديد، فيري كول، ما عنده اي رياكشن. وشخصيه زي ده انا يعني بستغرب، هل هذا هو الشخصيه الذي غاد الحرب في بور 2013 ولا كان قوته مستمده من الجنرالات بتاعت الاي او امثال قارويج and late Peter Gadet. I think those guys they are stronger more than him. والناس دي اللي هم اللي كانوا الاعمده بتاعت هذه الحرب. هذه التصريح من الجنرال قارويج يعني يشير بان هنالك عدم استقرار في منطقه اعالي النيل مجددا، خصوصا في مناطق البترول ومناطق بتاعت فيها اللون نوير وملكال تحديدا، لانه قارويج هو قريب جدا من الجنرال اولوي. So both of them they are not easy people. ونحن سمعنا قبل ايام التصريح اللي قالوا مبارك الفاضل. هنالك استفهامات كثيره حول هذا الموضوع. طبعا الحكومه الراشده والحكومه الفاهمه بتدعم المعارضه او بتدعم المعارضه على اساس انها يكون في سلام، بتدعم المعارضه على اساس انها يكون في استقرار، بتدعم الاحزاب السياسيه عشان تكون عندها برامج سياسيه عشان تكون قويه، لانه المعارضه والحكومه الاثنين بيعملوا معا للدوله، لكن الحكومه موجود في السلطه، انت لازم تدعم المعارضه. فانا مستغرب جدا في هذه الاثناء حكومه جوبا يعني نشطه جدا في موضوع بتاع السلام بتاع الخرطوم، وكان لهم دور فعال جدا، لهم دور فعال انه الحركات المسلحه الحامله السلاح في دارفور والنيل الازرق وجبال النوبه انها تنضم للسلام وتكون هناك استقرار في السودان. لكن لماذا هذا الجهود لا يبذل في جنوب السودان؟ انت ما ممكن تمشي تبني الحيطه بتاع جارك وانت الحيطه بتاعتك واقعه. فانا اقول زي ما قال جنرال قارويج ما في سلام حقيقه يعني، لانه السلام هو الاستقرار، السلام هو الامن، السلام انه المواطن يقدر يسافر من جوبا لحد ما يوصل أويل بدون ما يعترضوا اي نوع من التحديدات. لكن الان يا جنكور انت من أويل من يومين ما بتقدر تسافر برا من جوبا لحد أويل. هنالك مخاطرات في الشارع، ما في امن. وانا بقول للحكومه الان الموجوده في جوان، انا شفت في الفترات الاخيره الحكومه عملت بعض التنميه، نقول انها عملت بعض التنميه خصوصا في مجال الطب، لكن بناء الشعوب او بناء الدوله وبناء الكوميونتي وبناء المجتمع اهم من بناء الشوارع، لانه بناء المجتمع او الوحده الاجتماعيه هي اساس السلام، هي اساس كل شيء. فأنا بقول للحكومة الموجودة في جوبا إنها تعمل بكل جهد إنه ما يكون في تمرد ثاني في منطقة عالي النيل، لأنه نحن الآن عندنا الآلاف من المواطنين في ملكال، في بنشيو، في جوبا، في يوغندا، في خرطوم، هم قاعدين في معسكر بتاع اللجوء، هم اللاجئين. إذا نحن يعني سمحنا إنه تقوم حرب ثاني زي ما حصلت في 2013 و 2016 أخي جنكور والناس المشاهدين والقاعدين معنا كلهم في City of Concerned Citizen، ما أظن يكون عندنا دولة اسمها جنوب السودان. It's gonna be very 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 difficult for us. So الآن التطورات الطبيعية هذه التفلتات من التصريحات، طبعا الجنرال صرح قال ما في اتفاقية سلام، وما قابل تعيينه كمستشار لسلام، وقال يا اخي المستشاريه في الاتفاقيه ما موجود. يس ممكن الرئيس الجمهوريه يستعين بمستشارين، هذا ما في مشكله، لكن في الواقع ليس هنالك سلام حقيقي. في الواقع السلام ما موجود، لانه الحكومه الان الموجود ما في برنامج تنفيذي لاتفاق السلام. وانت شفت البند الترتيبات الامنيه الان في عساكر موجودين في معسكرات، يعني البعض منهم هرب جوعا من الجوع، انه ما في اكل، ما في صحه، رجعوا لاهلهم، لانه انت ما ممكن تقعد في معسكر بتاع الجيش.
والنسوان الجو حملهم
والنسوان اللي حملهم الان الرجال ذاته ممكن يمشي الروضه، ولسه منتظرين انه يكون في تخريج بتاع الجيش. فانا بقول بالفم المليان السلام الان الموجود في جنوب السودان انتهى في مصير مجهول، لانه ما في ترتيبات امنيه، ما في حديث عن الانتخابات، ما في شيء يعني حتى الان. فنحن دايرين من الحكومه يكون في جدوله زمنيه انه نحن بنعمل كده ونحن بنعمل كده عشان المواطن يكون يعني مطمئن على الاقل. في ناس كثير بيشوفونا في السوشيال ميديا نحن we wasting time but we are not wasting time. نحن يعني بنتكلم مع الحكومه انها بتسد الثغرات الامنيه وتسد الثغرات بتاعت التطورات الطبيعي للاخطاء عشان ثاني ما نرجع للاحداث بتاع 2013. فانا بقول لحكومه الجوبا what we are saying here on Facebook take it serious، لانه الفيسبوك هي وسيله من الوسائل الحديثه لتوصيل المعلومه او بتاعت الكوميونيكيشن، انك يكون عندك كوميونيكيشن مع الشعوب. الان الالاف يعني 10,000 15,000 من الجنوبيين اللي بيشاهدوا او بيشوفوا الفيديو ده بعدين يكون برضه انهم راعي وداني يسمعوا برضه من الحكومه. انا بقول للحكومه انها تدرك الموقع او الوضع الان في عالي النيل، ولازم تخط في حساباتها انه اي تمرد في المناطق بتاعت البترول ده خطر على دوله جنوب السودان، لانه الان الحكومه ما عندها ايرادات غير البترول، والحكومه دي ما حتقدر تستمر 6 شهور من غير ايرادات البترول. اذا كان هنالك اي تارجت او اي استهداف لانابيب البترول في مناطق عالي النيل او حقول البترول، الحكومه ما حتقدر تنفق على نفسها مش على الشعب. طبعا ما في مرتبات انتم عارفين. نعم. اذا الحكومه لازم تعمل جاهدا انها توقف هذه المبادرات بتاعت الانشقاقات داخل الاي او، لانه الاي او هو جزء من الحكومه وجزء من وانحيارها قد لها اضرار. يعني الاتفاقيه ما ماشيه لقدام زي ما قال سيد جنرال، فنامل انه نحن ما نعود ل 2013 و 2016. That is my hope. وعلى حد هنا انا بدي فرصه لاخواننا الموجودين براذر فاسكوال وشارل ديم. انا اعطيت على الحديث، شكرا جزيلا. وده مشاركه من بسيط عبد الله قرن من سيارة. ثانك يو.
شكرا، اشكرك استاذ عبد الله قرن للمداخله المهمه دي جدا. with that انا داير اسمع من دكتور باسكوال. الدكتور باسكوال اللي look like he has some issues لانه بيجي والنتورك بتاعه ظاهر غير مستقر. انا شايف كده البتاع ده قاعد يشيله برا طوالي. Charles Deng, welcome to Concerned Citizen of South Sudan. But I want to respond to dear brother, Charles Kwang. Charles Kwang, you are saying that we are not making sense by talking about the high tension. I don't know you want us to put it like, you know, differences. Well, differences, if you are talking about differences, if he doesn't want to be appointed, it's different, because what he said, and I'm out to the interview, كله ما تسمعه يا تشارلز كوان، قال كلام واضح. رياك مشار يشرب مويه نظيف، بيشرب مويه بارد في جوبا. الناس الجيش بتاعنا ديل جعانين، ما عندهم تعيين. رياك مشار رسل guns، رسل weapon وكاكي عشان يجي يحاربوني أنا. What does that mean to you? Is that not attention? What does that mean to you, Charles? I know sometimes, you know, we are not against any opposition. لكن احنا نبهنا. We predicted. This peace is not peace agreement, my brother. But you guys did not listen. Some people are not listening. Okay? It's like, you know, جانا صغير تقول لي يا أخي النار أيحرقك وجانا لسه بيمسكوا. لحد ما النار يوجعوا بعد كده شنو بيجروا يده منه. But no, you know, we care. And we care, you know, toward one another. And that's why we say since day one, because we knew, you know, the behaviors of President Salva Kiir actually, he's not interested in any peace agreement. He's not. He wanted to rule for life. That's why he was able to bring everyone in with his own tactic. ما هو ياو سجن رياك مشار في confinement في South Africa. ما هو ياو كان بيدفع إيجار، هو ياو كان بيدفع قروش، هو ياو في نهاية جابه قال لهم ينعمل سلام. He's the one that did all this thing. Don't you see that? I don't know if you don't see that. I don't know what to tell you. You don't see all this thing happening. So now, are you telling me that, my brother Charles Kwang, in Masalan, all the fight in 2013 and 2016, everybody's satisfied. So al-hadaf min al-harib kan kullu shay yathaqqaq. That's what you are trying to tell me, right? So anyway, Charles Deng, welcome to Concerned Citizen of South Sudan. Let me give Dr. Pasquale a chance. I know network without Mark Ways, and then we move on from here. Dr. Pasquale, welcome to Concerned Citizen of South Sudan. It's been a long time. I know network بتاعك فيه شوية issue، لكن اتفضل عشان نسمع منك.
أنا إن شاء الله صوتي واضح كده بس.
جدا جدا.
يا نشكرك أستاذ جنكور تحت الفرصة في برنامج Concerned Citizen، ونشكر الزملاء اللي تكلموا قدامي على راسهم أتاك ولا أتاك وعبد الله قرن. الصوت بس متقطع. أنا سمعت ولا أتاك جيد واضح، لكن لما عبد الله جاء كان مشكلة كبيرة. فنشكرك ونشكر مشاهدينك لمناقشة الحلقة المهمة الليلة. أيضا إحنا بنقدم صوت شكر لراديو تمازج لأنه خدمونا في إيجاد مادة مهمة ودسمة للرأي العام، لأنه الناس ظلوا في فترة طويلة ما يستمعوا لقارويج دوال، وكان زي شكل رومس، يعني زي كلام صح وما صحيح. سعيدين إنه نحن يعني نعلق فيما ذهب له أمس. يعني في تحليل البسيط، أول حاجة كلنا زي ما أنت تكلمت قبل من الناس اللي قلنا إنه الاتفاقية المنشطة هي اتفاقية ما كانت مكتملة، لذلك ناس كثيرين ما بيقوا جزء منه، ونحن جزء من الذين اعترضنا على التوقيع له في 2018 في الخرطوم. الآن الاتفاقية ماشية نهاية الفترة الانتقالية من دون أي إنجاز يذكر. على الأقل في قضايا مفروض تنجز قبل يعني الفترة الانتقالية، لكن اللجنة بتاع ال NPTC هو كان حمل أساسي بس فقط إنه ينتقي بنود معينة عشان يعتبر إنه البنود ده هو قاعد ينفذ فيه، وبرضه كان الغرض الأساسي منهم لأنه التفكير الرأسمالي هو تراكم رأسمال في أيادي مجموعات معينة، مجموعات من اللجان تراكمت رؤوس الأموال في يدهم، والحكومة ما كان عندها هدف أساسي لمتابعة هذه القضايا. فجينا إنه أول بند مهم جدا نتكلم عنه قارويج دوال، والتحية له من هنا لأنه ما أثاروا أمس في راديو تمازج ده نقطة مهمة. أول حاجة أثاروا إنه ما في ترتيبات أمنية نفذ، وكلنا عارفين إنه حتى الآن الشرطة والجيش والقوات الأمنية الأخرى، الأمني وحرص الصيد ومطافي ما تم تخريج اي دفعه عشان على الاقل من الشرطه ممكن كان يمشي يحمي المدن الرئيسيه. فانت لو شفتها ان شاء الله الصوت واضح بس. ايوه
انت واضح.
عشان يحمي المدن الرئيسيه. فانت لو شفت حسي الناس البيوت بتاعهم تم يعني احتلاله في جوبا، في ملكال، في بنتي، وفي بور. حتى يوم الليله ما خرجوا، ومع انه القانون واضح انه المفروض الجيش يكونوا ما موجودين في اماكن بتاع التجمعات. ايضا انت شفت الوضع الانفلات الامني زي ما انت ذكرت قبل، انه بسياسه فرق تسد الانفلات الامني منتشر جدا. السلاح منتشر في جنوب السودان. انت لو مشيت بديت من عاصمه جوبا في انان جونمان، لو مشيت لملكال، مشيت لملكال، انت شفتها عند وصول حاكم الولايه ابو ضغى يتم ضرب المواطنين. هم كانوا مش استقبال. حتى يوم الليله لم يتم قبض على شخص ولا يتم تقديمه للمحاكمه ولا وحتى الحاكم يعني هو عنده زيارات محدوده ولا يستطيع الذهاب لكل المحافظات او المقاطعات بتاع الولايه ال13. ضيف لذلك انه يعني مشكله، انت لو شفت الوضع العام في رومبيك الان في اقتتال مما ادى الى اقاله حاكم بتاع ليج ستيت اللي هو جنرال ماكور، وتم تبديله بجنفيل. اعتقدوا طبعا انه جنفيل لديه عصا سحريه ممكن يمشي يغير، لكن هذه القضايا لا يمكن ان تحل بطريقه قطعيه، بتحتاج لاجماع وطني عام انه نقر انه هذه الحكومه فشلت، وهذه الحكومه كل من بنضم له معناته حيزيد عمر هذا النظام المتحالك. ما قالوا جنرال قارويج وكان كلام صريح انه الاتفاقيه المنصب اللي تم منحه ده منصب وهمي. وفعلا انت لو رجعت في قسمه السلطه هناك ما في حاجه اسمه مستشار لشؤون السلام يا اخ جنكور. ايوه، وحتى المستشارين ذاته جوا بيشتكوا يعني اذا كول مانيان اللي هو كبير مستشارين. طبعا دي بدعه جديده زيه نفس الحاجات اللي كان بيمارس زمن المؤتمر الوطني، انه في كبير وفي صغير وفي متوسط. فكبير المستشارين قال هو ما قاعد يلتقي الرئيس الجمهوريه وعضو يعني من القيادات التاريخيه الموجوده الان. طيب اذا قارويج دوال انه قبن اتجاهه انه هذا الرجل ثبت قدامهم في 2013 وايضا ساهم في انقاذ حياه دكتور رياك في سفره لكونغو، وحتى الان ما زال مقاوم ومرابط في منطقته في مجانس معه والجنرال جونسون هولن، هم الذين رفضوا الانضمام لهذا السلام لانه في التزامات حقيقيه ما اتنفذت. فانت بتشوف انه الضامن الاساسي لاي اتفاقيه هو قاعد يكون هو يعني الترتيبات الامنيه. فحتى يوم الليله الترتيبات الامنيه ما انجز. فدي واحده من القضايا اللي اثاره جنرال قارويج، واي زول واعي ومتابع وده بيعرف انه حتى في الداخل هم بيقولوا يا جماعه انتوا ما تجوا ما في سلام، وانت تطلعوا برا لانه ما ممكن تكونوا قاعدين جوا برضه وتقولوا ما في سلام. لانه انت لما تكون قاعد جوا معناه انت قاعد تشجع في مثل هذا. وقال انه انا داير اتابع يعني ايضا مشاكل الناس الكتالون، لانه 2013 زي ما ذكرت قبل تم قتل الناس في جوبا. فدي واحده من باب المفروض يمارس العداله الانتقاليه ويتم محكمه العجين ويقدم كل من ارتكب جرم في حق المواطن يقدموا له محكمه. لكن انت عارف انه الرئيس ذاته الجمهوريه او الاتجاه الحكومي وكذلك هم ذاته متجاوزين، هم ما دايرين انه يتم محاكمه لانه هم يعتبروا اطراف شنو؟ اطراف يعني مساهمه. لانه انت لو سالت جمكور انه الشكل بتاع 2013 اللي من بدا هو بدا بين منو؟ هل بدا بين دينكو ونوير؟ هذا ليس بصحيح، انما بدا انه the power struggle within the SPLM الحزب الحاكم مش، وكان ده مؤتمر العام انه هم كلهم دايرين يترشحوا في قياده الحركه، واللي بيفوز يكون في الاكبيريا يمشي عشان يترشح باسم الحركه الشعبيه، لانهم عارفين انه يمتلكوا كل وسائل القهر وترحيب وتغيير النتيجه. كما حدث في آخر انتخابات عقد 2010 قبل استقلال جنوب السودان الذي تم تذويره بنسبة كبيرة جدا، انه الرئيس احرز نسبة 99، يعني ده زي نسبة كده داير يخش بها كلية الطب. يعني لو انت شفت لانه في السودان زمان كان الكليات العلمية بالذات يعني في نسب كبيرة جدا والناس بيسعوا لإحراز لدخول هذه الكليات. فدي كلها واحدة شنو من ده. وبرضه انه يعني اتضح انه رئاسة الجمهورية ذاته في ريك مشار ونواب رئيس الجمهورية انه هم يعني بيصرفوا في ماهية، لانه قارويج امبارح قال بيصرفوا في ماهية. شوف الناس اللي وكلوهم على امر الناس، والمواطنين الجنوبيين الان عندهم 2 ولا 8 شهور ما صرفوا، فده يندل معناته ده ذاته اجحاف في حق بتاع شنو المواطنين. هنا داير نقول انه التحية لجنرال قارويج، ولابد نضال يكون مستمر عشان يجب تغيير الاوضاع في جنوب السودان. فالاتفاق المنشط بنعتقده انه الاتفاق ده ما بيقود لاي حته، انما الغرض الاساسي منه كان هو يعني استدراج جنرال قارويج لجوبا ويتم حبسه، ولانه اصلا الحكومه ما دايره يكون في جيش موحد في جنوب السودان او جيش قومي، لانه بيعتبروا انه اذا بقى في جيش قومي في جنوب السودان هذا الجيش هم تاني ما حيكون عندهم لعب عشان ياثروا في النشاط السياسي وكذلك تزوير الانتخابات وغيره. وكما هو معروف يا جنكور انه مهمه الجيش ليس الدفاع عن حزب معين، لانه ده جيش بتاع الدوله كله. الجيش همه الاساسي المفروض يحمي حدود بتاع الدوله، وايضا يكون عنده مهام دفاعيه. فده المفروض الدور اللي يكون اللي بيقوم به دور الجيش في جنوب السودان. ولكن الجيش الان يتبعون للحزب الحاكم، وهذه من مشاكل القاعد شنو قاعد يواجه الناس. فاننا بنعتقد انه مع قالوا جنرال قارويج ده رمى حجر في بركه المياه الساكنه. طبعا ايضا نتوقع انه يكون في تطور للاحداث في الفترات الجايه، يعني لانه طبعا رفضه للتعيين معناته ده مخالفه قرار حكومي، هو معناته ما حيكون جزء من الايو. طبعا وانس ما اعلنوا انه هو مستشار سياسي، مستشار لشؤون السلام، ده يعني انه تم اعفائه من الجيش، مش لانه وانس ما ايوه معناته ما بيكون تشيف اوف ستاف ثاني، وممكن يحدث الصيام داخل قوات اللي هو تحت سيطرته او يفقدوا اتصال مع جوبا. فبنعتقد انه هذا السلام المنشط ماشي لنهايته، ولذلك الحكومه الان بتسعى انه تهرب الى الامام وتفكر في اقامه الانتخابات. فلا يمكن اقامه الانتخابات في مثل هذه الظروف. اول حاجه ما في استحقاقات اساسيه المفروض تنجز، من ضمنها ايجاد سلام شامل اذا هم فعلا جادين في هذه الانتخابات، وكذلك اجراء عوده المواطنين النازحين لمناطقهم، وايضا اجراء تعداد سكاني وتسجيل الاحزاب وتكوين مفوضيه القوميه للمفاوضات. ده كله ممكن يشيل 5 سنة اذا في اجراءات حقيقيه. بنعتقد انه الاتفاق المنشط في نهايته، والموقف اللي اتخذه جنرال قارويج هو موقف جيد، ما يقعد براو عليه ويضم يده لتنظيمات المعارضه الاخرى عشان بعد ذلك يكون في تغيير حقيقي في جنوب السودان. فده الجزئيه البسيطه اللي انا كنت داير اشاركك فيه. ولو في سؤال برضه ممكن يعني
نأسف لانه النتورك شغال برا. دكتور باسكوال اكود، I think انت غطيت كل النقاط المهم جدا جدا، تحليل موضوعي وواقعي يعني مهم جدا جدا. اشكر الدكتور باسكوال اكود من نيروبي، كنت معنا، شكرا جزيلا. معلش النتورك ما خلاك تكمل، لكن اشكرك كل الشكر. and I welcome dear brother استاذ تشارلز دينغ. تشارلز اهلا بك. استاذ موسيس also ندي تشارلز a chance and then بعد كده انا بمشي بديك الفرصه. تشارلز اهلا بك. انا عارفك انت قاعد today far away from where you're supposed to be and you are racing against the time, but anyhow اهلا بك، ونحن we can hear your perspective as well. تفضل تشارلز.
سلام تشارلز، ويلكم تشارلز.
ان شاء الله سامع صوتي بس
يا سامعينك واضح.
Okay, thank you. Anyway, let me say hi to you, Brother Junko, and start from Moses Makir, Dr. Pasquala, Abdullah Garang, all the way to Walatak. Anyway, I'm in pressure. You know, I'm not in my site.
Yes, I know.
I already left the hotel, so you know, and I'm in somewhere here in the middle. Yeah, Junko. Yeah, this is a great topic. Very, very great topic. I know a lot of people would not love it because the topic is very strange to the supporters. You know, طبعا جنوبين عندهم مشكلة في حاجة اسمها الحقيقة. When it comes to the truth, they become bitterness. Instead to be bitterness by the way they have been treating their own country. But when they bitterness when they hear the truth, they are مشكلة بتاعنا. حاجة ما نسمع. You know, we want to listen to the other side. But thank God, those who are speaking and those who are spoken, these are the people that you can get the reality from it. You know, this guy is called Gatwech. People will see it, thinking God's the militia. But let me give you a little bit background about him. Just go back a little bit during the liberation.
Yes.
Gatwech, طبعا كان Sultan Kabir. He was one of the chiefs in law area, a strong chief with a good number of the people. But in 1984, Dr. John left Bilfam, the helicopter, my chief of staff of Ethiopia, all the way to Tergol, Ashan to meet this guy, Chief Gatwech, Timelisum Tergol. At that time, the Sudan Armed Forces, they were in Akoba. Dr. John Gabel Gatwech, and he convinced Gatwech to join the movement. Zaman civilian, you know. So Gatwech gave Gibil. But Dr. John told him that and when he went, the one who fought Magic Folk, we offered a sicker. Zamanda was blocking people to go to the bill farm. Gatwech is the one who opened it. We offered a sicker. Yaokhala nas Koryom. Alta Sibida Liwar Kubarel Koryom Folk, more Minjam Bargazal. So Gatwech is the one who opened that route with our movement. Bin Wasal Fiharka in Darabet, and then he was been given the rank of the captain. Tala Berubata captain, or Kotogai the Sani, the Katiba Zindia. Well, guy the Kabira Wide, Minawala, Nueri Sumu Peter Panom. Taban Peter Panom, there's a Riek Machar Catalo in 1991.
No.
But you know, Nazolote, Ma Katiba, Ma Alfu Kumsumia. For Gatwech, there's all Ma Sahel. It is not just person that you can persuade him by Kazib. And you know, in our culture, في أي كاسة whether في Victoria في شلوك في بارغزال ما ممكن تكذب Sultan, never, and Sultan never lies. You know, ما عليه لو في سلاطين ناس في جوبا هنا قاعدين جمال بنوك maybe, you know, they can join, they can say those words. But these people who were Salatin with the 80s beyond the 70s, they're Salatin with Kalam Hagai. Let's come back to the Gatwech. You see, Gatwech, he was doubting even the peace between 2015. After 2015, Gatwech can't do Sheikh Fogo. But Ugibil, he can't do Sheikh. He was questioning Dr. Riek Machar. But he accepted the peace at that time to come to Juba. The 1700 forces, you know, Alkan Jabo Shalarba Dakhol Juba. Ugibil, but he was refusing. He knows he had a nagisin. Now, Tawan will not go back to 2016 because we spoke a lot, Junko, in your show. This thing, Madama Hajad did it. For tension between 2016, when they ran out from Juba all the way to Congo, Kalamde Lissa into Gatwech. So Gatwech Lissa down in the peace. Salam al-Dakar Riek Machar, he made Riek Machar to the glory of the vice president, which is the end of his destination. They come under Salam, it's our interest. Salam le Jamia. It is not even covered the IO interest. It is a personal interest. For Riek Machar in the threat, it's not Selfa who created this position with our presidential. Selfa. Then Riek is the one who created that position, and so that he can convince this guy. Ashaneji ekhosh fil United, fil IO, fil Hukuma with IO dakhil Juba. Oling, General Oling. He passed through those tests, but Oling, he passed it. Taban ukan jarab Oling. The mashakal, why Upper Nile take more than 4 months without no governor. He was testing Oling Negi Juba. Now that temptation of Oling passed the test. Now he shifted to what? To Garwidwal. Hajat, he is planning two things. First of all, he wants to break down these two backbones between Oling and Garwidwal. Okay? To break them up. If they break them up, Bar Kideshunu will appoint somebody to taking care of the chief of staff of the IO in McKinney, and that person will attack Oling. Tasha, Zoldal Begide, the Wallo Biajib Shunu, Biajib Oling. Oling, yes, Oling.
The ritual, the Belgal Jabu Kaka, Jabu weapon, and Chanyam attack.
Yes, this thing has been going on. Small assassination, but they were being Gabadom. There were so many. For Hajere, the planning Kabir Khalid. Now, look at Shan game, dirty game that you see. Al Bashakil Jaina Kwana. Let us be ready for the worst. I know people don't like to hear this, but let us be the worst. Fi worst, fi kayas fi ayo, fi kayas fi hukuma la SPLM. SPLM asa rasu boy katir. Baga fi SPLM bata na kwalba jang na wana kod, de barao. Salfa hidag barao. Group bata na muatabar watan nidel. Baram. You see, for Mashakal Jain, what happened is Riek can there differ. Who there differ and nafsu fi dakhal Juba. We Ashanel got differ. He have to bring Garwidwal. When he get the Garwidwal, then he will get the support of Garwidwal. Ashanchuno. Yangazu abaden. Zay makan angazo. In 2016. You know, but things change now. Hagaik de ma sahel. You know, Hagaik Zaharet. For Mashakal guide, I know a lot of the IO supporters. Right now they are in desperate, you know, not in depression. The Mashakal, Madaris Mahagiga, you know, they are trying to brainwash people. But not to brainwash. In Shigag Jai, I couldn't fit the hall of Jadida Jokor. Kira Garwich, Taban Haja Quail into Garwich is this. Financial without Zola behave Salap. You know, if you go back to his record, it's not the warlord. Omaba could check at Vigidam. You know, you can go back to the record of the SPLM. Obey Salam. He tried to negotiate with you first. You know? Taban Hajar failed now. But what will make him to fight? Because the next option in Riek is a silent killer, by the way. Most of people don't know this. Zolle is a silent killer. He will try his best to assassinate this guy. And it will not happen, but he will try. Because the heroes with our long way, Riek Machar Katalum Kulu. Them. They done. They killed them. So that's the only one person left now. They are going to wait for them. Would they al-Jajal fi Makan is the guy that's about it? They are the really Jesh. They are Jajal Mudarrab. They are white army. They are not white army. They are really military. They are Jajal Khan Maradu fi Aghalim al-Junubin and then Kawan al-Nafuz. They are the really army. Few police forces, few Sujun, few Jesh. They are Jajal Asil. They must be white army wajadil. But they really go plus the hand with Johnson or Link, whatever his forces that he got that. Then here, Oling, in fact, people also feel confusion in it. Oling, Uma completely IO. It's a technical IO. Technical. The agreement between Oling and in 2016, when Riek is going to Juba, Ukan Sal Oling Galadini forces. 100 soldiers, I will add it up. I shall ensure Juba my 1700. Only refuse even one, Mada White. That's my calamity. The official cow in Nage can come out and tell me. Jundi White kid it never give it out. You know? God judge the judge betai. So the worry Oling is a technical IO. Into technique without. Into hadaf. You know? Low hadaf without the vessel, then it will stop there. You know, you see? So Riek Machar now is khalas, political without it become paralyzed. It become paralyzed, but the thing is now who ba khalas baga unite myself Fakir. Self as Riek Machar they become a one. Yeah, to those of people don't know they have become one now, they forget the differences, but now they are facing whatever going to face them. For Junkur, I'm not going to talk a lot because let us respect the worst. I know people don't want to hear this.
Yes.
From now, Minchar Saba, Shara, you will hear the worst thing is coming to the nation of the South Sudan, among the Southern Sudanese by themselves. come back to the foreign policy.
Are you predicting like Abraham, the prophet that we hear about?
Well, that one is a prophet, but for me, I read my conclusion inside with it. You have to get the information in the ground. This is the main thing. Wherever he talk in the wall or this is what is going in the ground. That's what we are talking about. Division is halas. I'm telling you right now, mashakal jai. We see the SPLM. We see the SPLM themselves to mashakal jai. Mashakal, that's why Riek Machar, he need help. He need help from this guy to come and help him out. But I don't know this glory will end where. Rabbana Abiyar Kalamde. But let us respect this thing. Come to the West now. Junkur, the West was tight. It's a very request. You went to Washington, D.C. You were there. Miskal da University, Koto agenda number 4 for this administration with Biden. Number 4 after Badma finish with Taban, with migration number 1, with number 2, how to remove the U.S. Army from Afghanistan. Number 3, the Europe relationship between UN and U.S. But it's coming. It's coming, brother Junkur. Inshallah, Rabbana Esma Kalamde, Riek, Salva-Kiir, and the rest, I think it is time for them to go back home. And then let the South Sudanese choose their own leaders. They Hagai, Mafiu Nuer, Walafiu Denka, Walafiu Shuluk, they'll hag al haq. Leaders that are not belong to the tribe. Leaders that belong to themselves, to be what they have. If they don't have a vision, they are not the leaders. And we cannot say, oh, this is our leaders. But they are Kalamutai. Thank you for this topic, our brother. I'm very rushed. List of the East Coast.
Yeah.
And I will see you soon, brother.
Thank you. Yeah. Enjoy the wedding there. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
With that, Moses, another big opportunity, and then I welcome, brother-in-law Gurkuju, Moses Moradama, Ahlan Bek. It's been a long time as well. Let's go ahead and give Moses. Makir, I have Moses, and Moses is what a coincidence. It's always happened. So let me go ahead and give Moses a chance, and then I will give you a chance as well. And I think I left with 30 minutes because I know Salawat command but had late Butrus Bolbol. He has an immediate cousin here in Seattle, so he's doing some memorial prayers, and then we have to go there and help them as well and share with them. So go ahead, Fadal Moses.
Ustaz John Kormayol, first of all, I would like to extend my deep condolences to Awil community and South Sudanese in general for General Butrus Bolbol, to the family and to the friends of General Bolbol. Bolbol is a true nationalist. He does not entertain the nonsense of Jawan and Blue House of General Kolkor. And that's why they kill him in Nairobi. So that's my own perspective. Thank you, Jonkor, for bringing up this great topic. I would like to greet all the viewers of Concerned Citizen. I would like to greet the previous speakers, Ustaz Walla Tak, and Dr. Pasquale, and Charles, and Abdallah Garang, and my brother Moses Kurkuju. Thank you. I'm happy to see you. First of all, Jonkor, I would like to salute General Simon Gatwech Dual for his brave decision to reject the presidential decree of President Salva Kiir Mayardit. He is the first, in my perspective, to reject a presidential decree, to reject a position for his own people. And I have much respect for General Simon Gatwech Dual for his brave and courageous decision to reject the appointment of President Kiir. And I have listened to his voice from Radio Tamazuch, and I have even shared it on my social media. So if we find people like General Simon, I think President Kiir will not use SPLM-IO as a political ventilator anymore. President Kiir is
I like that
using
word, political ventilator, because they did actually after they were going to die, and then they use SPLIO to bring back from South Africa and sign a fake peace deal, and then they were able to get the air and they leave again.
Yes,
Go ahead.
yes, because the national dialogue did not favor President Kiir, so he used the revitalized peace agreement again, and Dr. Riek as a political ventilator for him to survive, to get a fake legitimacy, to continue to rule us. That is a legitimate and that is implementing peace. We all know that there is a slow and selective implementation of the revitalized peace agreement, and General Simon has read that and he has seen what is going on, and he has learned. He has learned from what he has seen. So the most important things that this decision of Simon Dual will send or will explain to us is that في سياسة you don't need انت ما بتجيب صفة في سياسة، لازم تجيب انتباه. You don't stand at ease. You have to stand at attention.
Yeah.
There were I heard that 1 feet was with the Riek Machar and 1 feet with the Simon Dual. Now it has helped all IO members to make a decision. You have to join Riek in Juba or join General Simon Gatwech Dual and continue with the movement. The next move that we are going to expect from General Simon Gatwech is the declaration. They will make a declaration that Dr. Riek Machar is no longer the commander-in-chief of the SPLM-IO. Second, General Simon Gatwech is going to make a political coalition with the Johnson Oleng, and they are going to be very strong force, and Salva Kiir will listen to them soon. We'll listen to them and we'll discard Riek Machar, because we all know that President Kiir is using the politician in IO and everyone, even those in Western Barkazal and those in Lagos State, everywhere. President Kiir is using politicians the way people use chewing gum, Luban. So this move from Gatwech mean that there is going to be war. There is going to be a war. The third thing is President Kiir and Dr. Riek are going to assassinate General Simon Gatwech. They will assassinate him if he's not careful. They have now a plan to kill him, to assassinate him, because you cannot have a peace agreement when a group of IO is fighting the government and the group is in J1. So they will declare Simon as a completely total rebel, and they will attack him and they will attack his base, as they have already sent the guns, and they did not want to graduate the existing army of IO, the joint army. So Gatwech has spoken already that he will never go to Juba. He is not interested in Salva Kiir politics or buying politicians and using them against the will of the people. Gatwech has renewed the hope of the members of SPLM-IO, especially those who believe in violence movement. Gatwech has renewed a hope that the SPLM-IO will continue to fight President Kiir. They are not going to surrender like Dr. Riek Machar has surrendered. So this is a very important political development in the political situation in South Sudan, or the scenarios that is going to happen. That Simon Gadwal will make a coalition, and Riek is done. This is how Riek politics dies. In 1997, when Dr. Riek signed Khartoum peace agreement, I was there. Most people left him. Carbino left him. Gerald Carbino left him. Arok was assassinated, and most of them left. And then Riek at the end found that Khartoum peace agreement was not moving well. The same situation that is happening in Juba. So Riek decided and joined SPLM, joined Dr. John and Salva Kiir in Nairobi and made peace with SPLM. This situation is the same like the situation that happened in 1997 when Khartoum peace agreement was dismantled in the hand of Dr. Riek Machar. And Dr. Riek relies on Longwear, and this is the base of his movement, because President Kiir does not listen to anything except the language of gun. But we in the United Citizens of Change believe that one day President Kiir will listen to the language of non-violence, though it is not in his mind. He is planning to bring his son to succeed him. If his son is not able to come, as Yoweri Museveni has advised President Kiir that your son cannot make it because your son is not a general. So you better bring a general like a Korokor and rule, and then that general will promote your son in the future to be the president, to be like what happened to Kenya. You know, the son of the former president became Uhuru Kenyatta, was brought up later. So President Kiir wants to copy the politics of Kenya, where he's going to bring up somebody to succeed him. That somebody will pave the way for his son next to come in. So in Kiir's mind, this is his family business. This is not South Sudan that belongs to everybody. It is a family business. It has nothing even to do with the Warab business. It is only Kiir and his family. And also Bona Malwal want to bring his son, Akwe, and is campaigning. And Akwe got support from US and others. Western countries. So this is now a Warab thing. If Kiir goes, somebody from Warab must come. And this is not going to work, President Kiir. South Sudan is not a one family. South Sudan is not a Warab thing. South Sudan is bigger than Warab state.
So Moses, we have a new development actually.
Yeah.
We have a new development, and I want to play that, and I want to get your reaction, and I will get the reaction also from Moses. And new development that actually the information, the person that in charge information with an IO, actually they make a communication a couple days ago, or 2 days, that actually James Simon Gatwech Dual was relieved by Dr. Riek Machar, and I just got it in. It came in from Juba. Let me play that, and I want to get your reaction, both of you.
Well,
yeah,
excellent.
Sure. Well, I would like to confirm that General Gatwech was relieved by the chairman and commander-in-chief of the SPLM-IO, effective from the 22nd June 2021. This is based on a circular was made by His Excellency Dr. Riek Machar, the chairman and commander-in-chief of the SPLA-IO, to all units of the SPLA-IO. Dr. Machar as well as thanked General Gatwech for his work that he has done as the SPLA-IO chief of staff, and wish him success and prosperity as presidential advisor for peace in South Sudan.
Okay, you have heard that. This is actually from Director of Communication, SPLM-IO. His name is Pogboth Bolling. Pogboth Bolling. This is his voice, the Director of Communication from the SPLM-IO. So they said actually they already released, has been released, and they want him to be advisor for peace, something like that.
What is the date?
Now, what is that? What was that?
What is the date of his release?
On 22nd of this
date.
22nd of June 2021. That's what he said. So now, after all this split, what are the scenarios that we are expecting is going to happen? Are we going to go back to the war? What's going to happen? Continue, Moses, and then I will go to Moses. Please make it brief so we can move on. Fadal.
Yes, well, Jonko, this is expected because General Simon Gatwech Dual has actually Fatar Bejamade Gabal Nazir Mair Khadabo, Riek Machar Mair Khadabo. So they want to say that we have dismissed him and we will appoint another general in his place. So Riek is going to appoint somebody else. But this man has military power. General Simon Gatwech is the man in control right now, and Johnson Uling. Plus, this general that has, the other general that has joined Malo from Bull, Nuer Bull, I just forgot his name. If someone can help us with. There's a general that has joined from Nuer Bull, joined General Malo, and now Simon Gatwech and Johnson Uling. These three generals were the key players in the SPLM IO in terms of army. So if they have exit, Riek Machar is left alone, and Riek definitely will completely surrender. He will not even talk about the transitional justice anymore. And that is one of the reasons that I admire General Simon. He said that what would be the fate of Nuer people that were killed in 2013 if I go back to Juba? And he said that he doesn't want President Kiir money, he doesn't want President Kiir position. He has learned that President Kiir is using people like chewing gum, and President Kiir is a slow and selective implementation of peace, revitalized peace agreement will not bring total peace and stability. And of course, we know why President Kiir is doing this and his group in J1. They don't want peace, because if there is peace, there will be census, there will be transitional justice, there will be reconciliation, there will be election. They don't want this to happen. That's why they have intensified insecurity in Lagos State, in other states. So people believe there is insecurity, there is no room for election, there is no room for census, there is no room for any democratic transformation in the country. The room is there only for presidential decrees and buying politicians to come in Juba. The challenge with that will face General Gatwech, that's my last point, and give my brother Kukuju his time.
Okay.
Then I will come back later if there is a question from Jonkor or if there is something I would like to add. The challenge for General Simon Gatwech Dual is that most politicians are in Juba. He is just lacking the politician that can back him up and help him. He would succeed if he get some of the politicians from all South Sudan, and if he expanded IO not to be a tribal movement, to bring in other tribes, and get politicians to help him, because most politicians are with the Riek Machar in Pyramid Hotels and Crown Hotels and Star Hotels, all those hotels in Juba, and they are enjoying the air condition and the oil money. Right now, President Kiir would be most worried than ever before by the decision of Simon. And lastly, Simon has made a clear line, whether you are with the Juba regime or you want to be with IO. الناس واقفين صف ده في IO now لازم يجيبوا انتباه, because لما تجيب صف في سياسة you will lose. You need لازم تجيب انتباه عشان so you can win in politics. تاخد كراك في محل واحد. You don't have to be كرة واحد في J1 and كرة واحد في IO outside fighting the government. Now it is going to be clear. Those with the Kiir will be with Kiir, and those with the violence political movement will join Orange and Simon Dual. And soon we will hear a joint press release from Simon Dual and Johnson Orange. And this is going to be a big blow to the government. And war is looming. And thank you, Ustad Jonkor, and I would like to listen.
Thank you. Thank you, Moses. Very important perspective. And with that, Abu Nazab, welcome one more time to Concerned Citizen of South Sudan. I know it's hot where you are, and it's very hot where I am here. Very, very hot today. We're nearly 40 degrees here in Seattle tonight. So I want to give you that opportunity to go ahead and weigh in. Fadda. I hope the network will cooperate.
Thank you very much, Brother Jonkur. I hope you can hear me clearly.
Good. Yeah, we hear you now. Good.
Good. Greeting to you, greeting to Moses, and to all, starting with Brother Wall.
Yeah, it looked like there is some issue with his network. I don't know why. All of a sudden, when he started speaking, and then the thing.
I think the network is giving him time.
Yeah, I know he's not at home. He's somewhere. He's not at home. I can see he's somewhere. And
yeah, it would be great to hear his perspective, to hear Moses.
Absolutely, I want him to come back. Please come back again, Brother Kurkuju. Yes, here we are. Hopefully, I know you are not home, and that's why all these things are happening. Fadal.
Yeah. Let me say this, getting to my point, and I hope I will be able to my 1 sentence quickly.
Yeah, go ahead.
Greeting to our viewers, the audience of Consensus as well. I hope what I'm trying to say, I decided to come in to salute General Simon Garkwath for making history. And I wrote a little editorial. He is the man. He is the man of that said no to Salva Kiir. Enough is enough to this chess playing. And he said he made history. For the first time in the modern South Sudanese history, somebody got to come out and to say, hey, I am not for it, not too fast. Okay?
Yes.
So, because the same play, we have seen it repeated itself. Okay? And like, أين مبدأ بتارات الذئب أزيتار? Why we are not learning from it? Okay? But General Garkwath learned from it, and he pushed the reset button. Due to the fact he rejected that position, because he know by the end of the day he will be isolated already. He was being isolated from his military rank, and then الباقي بيكون شنو مفاز في الراس بس يعني بدقوا راسه وانتهى. Okay?
Yeah.
So therefore he said no. Let me look at it. People took it from different perspectives. I believe what so-called the Khartoum Peace Agreement is completely, it wasn't an intensive care anymore. It is dead. And General Garkwas is the guy who pulled the last straw so that to, you know, ذلك القش الذي فصلت ذار البئير. Okay, that's it. Because the environment is conducive 100%. Let me take it from Western Barrel perspective. Okay, to give it a dimension. People talk about Upper Nile, people talk about the Equatoria, but let me get it from Western Barrel perspective. Few days ago, the National Security led by Korkor, they have a list of kill list for all the generals of the Western Barrel Kazan Lion, okay, with accusation that they are conspiring, they are working, they are switching side with to NAS, to National Salvation Front, led by Thomas Cirillo. So that was a very secret report being leaked from the desk of Akolkor, okay? في أسامي بتاع الجنرالات الكبار بتاع غرب بحر الكزال كله. Now, what the government did, مشى وبدأ حرب بين المجموعة الإثنية, the Balanda and the Zande in Western Equatoria, and claiming that those Western Barrel Kazal Lion generals, precisely Abdallah Ujang, is the one attacked the Zande villages. You see the policy of demagoguing, attacking those Zande villages, kill civilians, displace them. Now, to create fitna between Zande wal Balanda, and those two tribes they used to live side to side, we never heard about conflict. Okay, this is part of the bigger play. Now, the Fretit Lion leadership, they are بيعملوا خطوات تنظيم بتاعهم because وجودهم coming to Juba or to Wow or to any place, they are on the kill list. It is about time through this move of General Garkos for those leaders, the Fretit Lion, those of Abdallah Ujang, and those of Akumi, and those of Johnson Oling, to unite their rank, to pull that red carpet من الكورين بتاع رياك مشار, بما انه رياك مشار بقى شنو؟ انفوقه قائد من كير جيش. He got nothing, okay, because he relied mainly on General Garkot, Oling, and the Fretit Lion. Aidan, you know, to add a little bit of spicy, Fretit came out. They are against the idea of enacting or moving Wow County to Ngobagari. Our people start the fight in December of 2012, even before the movement of the IO. So many people were being killed, and that is the igniting fire for the Fretit rebellion. Now, Riek Machar with the new government and Salva Kiir, they are pushing on the Fretit to accept the fact of moving Wow County to Ngobagari again. So what is the reason of going into the bush? People been killed, people been displaced, people been pushed to the neighboring country. So we are back to square one. And I believe it is the same thing in Upper Nile, the same thing with the Nuer, because till this moment, still, the Nuer people are still in Union Camp in Juba. Did Riek Machar and his wife, did they ever thought about visiting those people? Never. So it is all about them. So with all the scenario that people are putting together, I believe it is a ticking bomb in South Sudan. The Fretit now, they have to reposition themselves with the law. General Simon made a bold move, said no to Salva Kiir. Oling already is on a standby, so it is time with General Malong and with also Thomas Cirillo. I think if those opposition, they can unite their rank. Okay, it is about time for this elephant to be pulled down. So just want to reiterate to say that to General Garkwas, you made history, okay, regardless of the outcome. But you are the guy with the balls that came out, stood and said to Salva Kiir, no, I am not coming to Juba لهذا الوظائف الكرتونية. Okay, if you are not willing to implement the peace agreement, what am I going to do to be مستشار بالنسبة للسلام? So this is the little perspective that I want to bring it in. And with the new update already, they pull, they isolate him from his rank from the 22nd, and then, you know, it is a game. So enough is enough. It's time for our people to wake up, to stand behind those great leaders like this General Garquaz, to support him politically and all aspects, so that
his name is Gatwech. I know we have been saying his name wrong, and people are just kind of a little bit not happy with that. But we make mistakes sometimes when we say the name. Yeah, I know it's Simon Gatwech. Go ahead.
Yeah, Simon Gatwech. So it is about time to support him with his move. And those the IO, Alindo Mawjudin fil Maskarat, Alindo Salva Kiir and his Akolko refuse to provide you with weapon, to provide you with the gears. It is about time to desert those maskar, go back in your trenches, go back in the bush, so that to join the new leadership, and then we have to push those big cuts of J1. So this is my little perspective, and I appreciate it. It is a topic that we need to give our support, because enough is enough to the suffering of our people. You are going for a prayer. I appreciate you allow me to come in. Thank you very much, and thanks to your viewer. If you have question for me, throw it, or otherwise I will exit your studio respectively. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and thanks to your viewer. If you have question for me, throw it, or otherwise I will exit your studio respectively. Thank you very much.
I made a mistake here. So, Gurukuja, I don't have any question. Thank you so much for coming in and adding your perspective. We will continue at this point. I know I have other responsibilities that I said I have to go, you know, and help those and pray with them for the late General Budrus Bolbol, with this immediate cousin who live here in Seattle. Thank you so much for coming on and adding your perspective. I think, yeah.
My condolences to the family. I said my condolences to the family. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So with that, the viewers of concerned citizens of South Sudan, في مواضيع نحن تكلمنا فيها كثير. تكلمنا من 2016 2015 2017 2018. احنا قلنا يا اخي السلام ده غير عادل. It was just from the tactical point of view from Praise, Mayadit, and others who are surrounding him. This is the result, you know, when always كلام بيكون واضح قدامك, but you don't want to accept. You don't want to accept the reality. انت ما تقبل النصيحة سليم. Facts are facts. There is no alternative for the facts. We said it was not genuine. It was not meant to be implemented, and it will not be implemented. This is the result right now. You can see it. Another rebellion is going to start, and people of South Sudan are going to suffer. We still have, you know, people hold out, you know, opposition groups, you know, we Indian Thomas Cirillo Indian Malonga Indian holding, and now we have James Simon, you know, Gatwech, you know, they are going to wage a war, and we still behind. South Sudan is still far behind, just simply because there is a one man that decided he want to rule for life. He want to get everything. He wanted to loot. He wanted to be there until he died. That's why everything has to go to hell. People have to die, and the country is not going to move anywhere. Salva Kiir Mayadit. That's why it is his fight. But you, my brothers and sisters, the South Sudanese people, you need to have your say with mental conviction, because you don't have to be genius. Like I said from the beginning, it was clear. He violated. Want to buy time, Arusha, unification, Salah, Jamai, whatever you call it, national prayers, go to Rome, national dialogue. It will take you there. And then when you said, oh, okay, let's go there, and then it will come there and go somewhere else. And that's what it is. Have Joshua, you know what? It's not far. Or I would say maybe it's not a mistake. Some people are predicting, like that prophet called Abraham now saying that South Sudan will have so and so. We don't know what's going to happen. But yes, if you really love this country, if you do love this country, you should put your interests apart. You should put your interests away and think about it and accept the reality and accept the truth don't be complicit. With that, I would like to thank you so much for tuning in and being part of Concerned Citizen of South Sudan. Go ahead and share it. Go ahead and share it and like it. And we'll see you again, not next week, but on July 9. We are having a big topic. We are going to talk about it. Decade of independence, what has been achieved so far. And I call it decade of mystery with mysterious precedent. You know what I'm talking about. So I'll see you again next time. Have a lovely night. Thank you so much for watching. Okay.
Lo ya u da mi jili